there. In this video I am going to be going back over one of my cross weave tips in the teeny-tiny squares that we use for the folding cubes. The row that goes from increasing to decreasing is an even row. In the practice patterns I did, they were odd rows. I find with the even rows, at the end of your piece, your two strings are not exactly the same length. Now this isn't a big deal, but for the next tip that I want to show you, it's a good idea if they are both the same length. So here I want to show you some ways that you can get them to be the same length by the end of the piece. The easiest way is if the first 4 beads of row 1 and the first 4 beads of row 2 are all the same color. This is what it would look like. All 4 beads on here are the same color. Then what you would do is, instead of adding to the string that you added your last 4 beads to, you would take both strings and you would add to the longer of the 2. So we will add the next 2 beads and we'll put the first one on the long one, and then we'll cross the second one, and there you have your next 2 pieces on. Now it would look this will look exactly the same whether you put these 2 on either string, because these 8 beads are all the same color. So I find that to be the easiest place to do it, is at the beginning, if all 8 of these beads are the same color. That doesn't happen a lot with these squares for the 4 seasons, so there are 2 other places that you can do it. You can do it at the row 4, where you go from increasing to decreasing, or you can do it at row 6. The easiest way to do it is if the last set of beads in either one are all the same color. So I will show you how to do that. At row 4, what you do is, after you add your second to last set, you take your 2 strings, and again you're going to add to the one that is the longest, which is the opposite, or should be the opposite. Normally you would add to the string that is coming in towards your previous row, but it will be the string coming away from your previous row. So then you would add the last 3 beads to it, and you would then go through that top bead that your string is coming out of, and now you're in the position you would be if you had added to the other string. So you'll take the string coming in towards your previous row and you'll go down through the previous set and out, and then you cross the center bead. So that, I would say, is the second easiest place to make your strings so that at the end they are the same length. Now if you find that your row 4, like here, have different colors, then you might want to look ahead and check row 6. It's the other place you can make your strings the same length. If it has its last set is all the same color, then what you want to do is, when you add the second to last set, turn it over, you won't go through the connecting bead. Instead, you'll bring your 2 strings up and check that the one coming away from your previous row is the longer one. Then you'll take your 2 beads and you'll add to it. And then you'll take it and you'll go through that connecting bead down towards the bead your string is coming out of. And then you'll go through the bead that your string is coming out of. And there you've added. And then again, you take this string coming in towards your previous row and you go down through the previous set and out. And then you'll cross that last bead or center bead. Now, if you find you look ahead and both of these have different colors, what I recommend is that you do it at row 4, because I find row 4 to be the easiest of the two. And what you do is when you've added your last set, you'll then bring your strings up, and if the one coming away is longer, what you'll do is you'll add in the opposite direction. You'll add the 2 Ks and then the B. So we'll just add 2 colors. And then a different color. And there, we've just added them in the opposite direction so that when you're done, they are in the correct order. And then you'll be down, through, and out, and cross. And that is how you can end your piece with both of your strings the same length. Now, like I said, in most cases this isn't necessary because you can just tie off, no big deal. But in the next video I'm going to show you a tip of how to go straight from doing your square to adding your support with the same string. This will only work with the cross weave, but in order for it to work best, you do need to have, or it's best to have 2 strings of the same length. If you have any questions or need any help at all, please post and let me know, and I will be sure to either create a video, a tip in one of the videos for you, or comment and help you out. Hope you're enjoying creating the project.